My name is Barivule Akinde, and I'm from Nigeria, and I've been in Ireland since April 2019. Presently, I live in Riverside Park Hotel, which is a direct provision in Macroom, County Cork, and I share a room with my two kids, a teenage girl and a boy who is 11. So when I first came to Ireland in April, we were put up in an emergency accommodation in Dublin. And then in August, same 2019, we moved to Macroom here in the center, Riverside. Yeah, it was a big change, a very huge change, because I was not yet even settled in Dublin, and then I had to be moved again. The people of Macroom have been very warm and welcoming, and we're part of them, I might say so. Yeah. The first time I heard about the COVID-19 virus, I remember it was it just came on the news, and I just thought it was just any ordinary flu that would just come and go. And then by the time I knew it, it was everywhere, and then the panic was everywhere. I kind of initially thought it was exaggerated until I even had a friend who I once stayed with in Dublin who caught the virus, and I know how hard she struggled with it. So the Sanctuary Max initiative was an initiative that started with a number of organizations who came together and wanted to do something prior to the lockdown to try and fight the COVID-19. When we were asked in the direct provisions what we needed for support during the period, face masks were among the things we felt would help protect our families. And in that bit, about 20 ladies from about 5 direct provision centers were recruited to work on that project, and I was privy to be one of them. In my center here were 3 ladies who got involved in the project. We made the masks for about 4 weeks. The first batch of masks we made were about 3,000, and they were given to people in direct provision centers in Cork. Each family got 3 of each. And the second batch, we ended up making about 6,000 masks, and they were given to community centers and volunteers. Before I came to Ireland, I used to have a small business where I had a tailor who I would make the designs, and then they would do the sewing themselves. But I always used to watch, and then when this project started, I just thought, you could do it, Barivule. You know, you've seen someone use the sewing machine so much. So it wasn't so difficult because, like I said, we're provided with templates and tutorial guides. So I tried it and it wasn't so difficult. Yeah, the only thing difficult was the fact that I had to work in a very little space. You know, it was the same room that I shared with my kids. And that was the only difficult thing I found, because now I would have preferred to work at night when everywhere was quiet. But then there was a lot of distraction from them, or I was the one not giving them the opportunity to have a sound sleep. And then if I wanted to work during the day, they were distracting me. So that was the only difficult thing. Here is a sample of one of the masks we made. I was glad that I took part in this project because I think I wanted to do something from my own little space. And it gave me a kind of satisfaction that I was able to contribute somehow and anyway. It kept me occupied because, especially when the lockdown was really on lock, it was very difficult because there were a lot of things that were happening to me at that point in time. So it kept me. I kind of think that it took my mind away from a whole lot of other things that I didn't want to be thinking about. Before the lockdown, we had food provided for us, and then during the lockdown, they had to get a kitchen, and we had to start self-catering. So a kitchen was provided and hubs, and 2 families had to share a hub, which was really very positive and something good, because a lot of us had missed making our own meals, and that has come to stay, and we're all really excited about that. Being a 3D and gravity-defying baker, I had really missed baking a lot. And before the lockdown, I got a family, a very nice family, one of the locals here in Macroom, who would offer her kitchen for me to use whenever I wanted to. And when my son turned 11 in March, she offered everything, and I made a very lovely cake that he wanted for him. And now that we've been provided with a kitchen, I'm very excited because I know now I can go back to my baking full time. We had something planned out from the center we wanted to do in the town. Like, the Shamrock, we wanted to do a very massive size Shamrock. And that was supposed to be something we would have done. That's like the center presenting it to the community for St. Patrick's Day. But unfortunately, St. Patrick's Day was cancelled, so we couldn't do that. But we actually did a little size sample, to show that we could actually get the big one done. We had a lot of activities that we were engaged in. Like for my son, he would like to go play GA football again. And my daughter, she would like to go, she's a part of the Girls Guide. I'm sure she would like to go back to the guide meetings. I personally would like to continue the activities I was doing. I had one running with nano nickel, screen printing, and just get myself really busy and occupied and do something for the community. Even the tidy towns we were doing, we couldn't even really get to do that anymore. So just get involved back into the community. I'm still in the process, and I haven't actually had a first instance interview or anything. So, but I hope that if everything goes well, I'd like the fact that I can integrate well, and make a very positive impact. I feel Ireland is a very safe place. I really do feel so, and I'm skilled with my hands, and I love to bake. I think I can actually contribute to the community. It's been a difficult period for me because, I know I'm sharing a room with my kids, but it wasn't so bad. I didn't really feel it that much until this period when I had to be stuck with them every day, every hour, all day. Like, I'd look forward to them going to school and give me some breathing space, but it was very difficult this period, so I don't know what that taught me actually, because we had a lot of fights at each other's neck, and and at the end of the day we bonded more. There was a lot of bonding, honestly. So I don't know, that's another part of it. I would say I think that the COVID-19 has made me just appreciate life more, because I know people who were unfortunate and, they didn't make it, and to just live each day as they come positively.